Watch your step around here, stranger. Stupid Stormfists? Stupid Orcthane? What a mess they made! Fieldgore Orcthane and his Stormfists! Nothing but cowards and thieves, if you ask me. Soldiers are supposed to be honorable, noble. But they slaughtered the Volyar family. They killed unarmed civilians. And they killed my brother's wife. They wanted free mead. Can you believe it? Savages, the lot of them. My brother Heraldar plans to get the meadery up and running again. If you want to lend a hand, talk to Heraldar. He's over by the farmhouse. When your family needs help, you drop everything and come running. I don't want to let Heraldar down. When your family needs help, you drop everything and come running. I don't want to let Heraldar down.
I've got to get the meadery open again. I made a promise. You picked a bad time to visit Volyar's meadery, friend. It used to make the sweetest mead you ever tasted, but that was before the Orcthane's thugs showed up demanding free mead. Their leader got angry and lost control. He killed the Volyar family. More than you know. They killed my wife, Inga. She was Old Man Volyar's daughter. I planned to reopen the meadery. My brothers came to help. We need to get rid of the Stormfists and gather the ingredients Rorold needs to start fermenting mead again. I'm a farmer, not a fighter, and the place is still crawling with Fieldgore's thugs. Maybe you could get into the meadery and make sure it's safe. Once inside, grab the recipe book and some fragrant herbs and rare spices. We'll follow behind you. I've got to get the meadery open again. I made a promise. My wife loved this place. It's been in her family for generations. I want to keep the tradition going to honor her memory. My 4 brothers came to help. I'm grateful, but they aren't always as useful as I'd like them to be. No. No other name would fit. Mugs of Volyar's mead have been raised to seal bargains, toast brave Nords, and end challenges for hundreds of years. We plan to continue that tradition. No. Inga and I live near Solitude. She came to visit to help her parents prepare orders for the Konunleika. She wrote to me and said there was trouble. By the time I got here, it was too late.
I can't wait until they get the meadery back up and running.
I'm ready to start making mead. I will be, when we can get back in the meadery. It's important to Haralda that we get this place back in business as soon as we can. I don't want to let him down. I apprenticed to a brewer when I was young. How different can it be from brewing ale? The Volyar recipe books are extensive. I can just follow them. I do plan to add my own flair to the process, however.
We followed you, and Iroldar dealt with the remaining Stormfist before heading back out. The meadery is completely secure now. Rorold is already at work downstairs. We want to start filling orders as quickly as we can. Thank you. This has been difficult, but I'm grateful. Rorold muttered something about honey and giants. If you're up to it, I'm sure he could use your help to get his first batch of mead started. As soon as we're up and running, you can have all the mead you can drink. Oh, by the way, have you met my twin brother Iroldar yet? Iraldor's outside somewhere. He hates losing, and I know he wants a crack at the orc bastard that killed my Inga. If you see Iraldor, make sure he isn't in over his head. Fen should be along shortly. I just wish I knew where Bjorld was. Nothing can replace my poor Inga, but what you've done has certainly raised my spirits.
The bees are too agitated. They must be calmed to produce the most flavorful honey. The Stormfist ruffians chased a giant across the road, right into my beehives. It's scaring the bees, and frightened bees make bitter honey. You need to get rid of that giant before anything else goes wrong. Wait, it's coming. Another one of my brilliant ideas. There! And that is why Haralda made me the master mead maker. Use the bees against the giant. Just kick a beehive. The bees will go after the biggest target out there, the giant! Well, it was just an idea. And a rather good one, too. Oh, I know. Let me splash you with this. It smells like smoke and ashes. The bees hate it. Now you shouldn't have any bee problems. Bring me the giant's toe as proof that the deed is done. And when you get back, I may have a treat waiting for you.
Ah, blasted Stormfist cowards! If I hadn't taken a dagger in the ribs, I'd deal with these damn Stormfists myself. I'm the tough one. I've taken down some of the Stormfist soldiers, but their leader, Kazok, still lives. He's the one that killed poor Inga. As long as he's alive, these bastards won't leave. Someone needs to plant Kazok's head on a pike. Kazok's camp is up the path behind the barn. Take out more of his troops along the way, and that ought to make Kazok angry enough to appear and face you. And when he shows up, kill him. Then we can stick his head on one of these pikes. An orc head on a pike will be great for business. It shows that this meadery is safe, and that the snow peaks are as tough as nails. Kazok's head stuck on a pike will give the remaining Stormfists in the area something to think about. An orc head on a pike will be great for business. It shows that this meadery is safe, and that the snow peaks are...
Kazok's axe hungers for blood.
I saw the whole thing. Well done. I wish I could have helped, but you had everything under control. Meet me down near the barn. We need to stick this ugly head on a pike. I can't wait to tell Haraldar that this Kazok bastard is dead. Nothing yet, but it needs to get stuck on one of these pikes. That's where it belongs. You should do the honors. It's only fair, since you defeated him and all. That should put the fear of Shor and the rest of those Stormfist lackeys. Kazok's head stuck on a pike will give the remaining Stormfists in the area something to think about. Ha! That is a thing of beauty. Kazok's head never looked better. It might be ugly, but nothing says security like an orc's head on a pike. Haraldar will be pleased that that we took care of Kazok. It's small comfort for the loss of his wife, but he'll appreciate anything that helps the meadery. Now we can put this meadery back together again. Thanks.
I'm the official greeper. I mean greeter. Welcome to Volyar's Meadery.
How are the bees? The success of the meadery depends on their honey. It has to be perfect. And you brought me its toe. I was only joking about that, but thank you. I started organizing things here. I don't suppose you ran into my brother Briorel, did you? He looks like me, but he's not as smart. I sent Briorel to get a barrel of apple blossom honey from the barn. He probably got lost, but I need that honey to make more mead. Could you get the honey? And if you see Briorel, send him this way. He needs to deliver these casks to Windhelm. What do you think mead is? It's fermented honey. The flavor changes depending on the honey, spices, and herbs used in the process. It's a delicate balance to get it just right. You can try some when you come back. Remember, it's the apple blossom honey. That's what I need to make the next batch of mead.
I've already sampled some of Roral's first batch of mead. It's very good.
Go away, honey. So yummy. What? Can't a guy have a little peace and quiet for a while? Brigands, overbearing brothers, too much honey. I need more sleep. Oh, I was having the most wonderful dream about a bear. Oh, all right. I'll get back to work. I just need to rest my eyes for a few more moments. Go away, honey. So yummy. In a moment. I don't feel so good. Too much honey. So sticky. So yummy. So full. Go away. Go away.
Have lots of ideas for new flavors of mead. I just need to find more suppliers of spices and herbs. Wonderful. I'm sure it will make a delightful mead. And another batch is ready. I would be honored if you'd be the first to taste it. A touch of this, a bit of that. Just take a good long swallow. See if you can taste the subtle notes of Alakia's spice, wildflower honey, and late summer herbs. Go ahead, drink up. That mug of mead won't hurt you. As good as ever. You'd never know Rorold wasn't the true Volyar.
Well, look who's finally up and about. You really can't hold your mead. Rorold's latest batch must have been pretty potent. The Volyar name has always stood for fine mead. In memory of my wife, we plan to continue that tradition. Thanks for your help. I think my Inga would be pleased that her family name and business will go on. And we're making some damned fine mead, if I do say so myself.
I heartily recommend the flavor of the day. It's delicious.
They say Argonians can smell skin stealers. Must be why they went after the lizards first. Yes, I'm Heraldar's sister. Mother demanded at least one female to help even things up a bit back home. I'm happy to see the meadery up and running again. We'll do our best to live up to the Volyar family standards.
I thought we should call it the Five Brothers Brewery, but Heraldar said no. Volyar Meadery it remains.
Honest merchant, trust this one. May this one...
My cousin never returned, and I'm worried sick. He told me he was going to Icehammer's vault. Did you come from there? Do you have any news about my cousin? Yes, this does look like Ugisar's writing. I had hoped that his wife would convince him to give up treasure hunting, but it appears that the opposite is true. Thank you for bringing this to me. Part of me doesn't want to read this diary. I think that would make what happened to my cousin all the more real.
Merchant to the yards. Open for business. Finest merchandise around.
Part of me doesn't want to read this diary. I think...
I know this is a bit of a rustic setup, but I promise you, my armor is as good as any you will find in Windhelm.
I'm rather enjoying my stay in Fort Armol. Not every town I bring my wares to is so accommodating. Delvine's Inn is very nice, and there are lots of friendly soldiers.
I have traveled to many places, seen many strange things. The discerning shopper appreciates my wares.
trading runs in my family, though I wish I'd chosen a warmer climate to ply my trade. Still, business is good when there are soldiers camped nearby.
There is an urgent task for you.
The tales of Nords and their mead drinking are legendary, but Yegi here? He's absolutely epic. He's been drinking for 2 days straight now. 2 days! You must mean that drunken idiot who tried to keep up with Yegi. He wasn't even in the same league. Whatever he was drinking was pretty foul, though. It smelled more like wet caguti than sweet mead. I think it might have been Argonian. He wandered toward the river, carrying a few bottles of that vile Argonian beverage. He's probably still down there. I'd wager he's either passed out or nursing a bad headache right about now. The tales of Nords and their mead drinking are legendary, but...
A gathering! A feast! A time to drink! Who am I kidding? It's always time to drink!
I'll apologize now for what happens later.
Filgor's troops sweep through the west as they press their assault. Our scouts report
Over
that
here,
they're
Initiate.
fortifying their holdings in the east as well.
So, the Stormfists have you trapped. That's Nord tactics for you. You can't win battles just by swinging your axe and yelling at the top of your lungs.
I would suggest you keep your jabs in check, Dark Elf. At least we don't hide behind the skirts of a supposed god-woman.
You
Greetings. I have a message for you from...
Almalexia? I would have your head on a pot.
Will you two stop it?
You whine more than my egg brother, and he's newly hatched. We need to work together.
You will not tell me what to do, scaly one. I am the Prince of Skyrim.
Stop it! All of you! This is the kind of behavior that got us into this mess in the first place! We need to work together to figure things out. Together!
How did I get here? And where am I?
I'm getting tired of being treated like second-class citizens. The Nords have turned their backs on my people more times than I can count. It would serve them right if we refuse our aid when they call upon it.
I must apologize. If you seek the king, he's currently busy within the city and cannot receive visitors.
Greetings. I have a message for you from Outlast, Mistress of Incunabula.
I need to keep my skills sharp, but that tree isn't a very challenging target. It doesn't move or shoot back or anything.
Oh yes, Narayu. Whatever you say, Narayu. I don't want to. Want to sleep. A perfectly good dream. Oh, Narayu. I love you, Narayu. Oh yes, Narayu. Whatever you say, Narayu. Oh yes, Narayu.
Oh, if you're still looking for Thod, I wouldn't worry about it. He and the commander headed for the barracks. Thod's getting an earful, I'm sure. I apologize if we wasted your time. I'm sure it was one of the other guards. There are a lot of us, and we're known to relax with a bottle of mead or two when we're off duty. And never to excess. So really, I wouldn't worry about it. Listen, I saw them both just a moment ago, and unlike the commander, I slept last night. Now, it's not that I don't believe you found a drunk Nord by the river. It wouldn't be the first time. It's just that it can't be thawed. I can prove it. Both the commander and Thod headed towards the barracks on the west side of town. If you hurry, you should be able to catch up with them. Then you can go get a drink and relax. Seems like you could use it. Both the commander and Thod were heading towards the barracks. I'm sure you can catch up with them if you hurry.
I told you that we need to be patient. You're always in such a hurry. It's starting to get on my nerves.
You're enjoying that body too much, I think. Why, I have a mind to...
Not right now. I'm much too busy to talk.
What? What did they put in that meat? Meal? Mead? Mead? So yummy.
Can I help you with something? The Fort Amol guard barracks are off limits, so I hope you don't plan on trying to get inside. The commander is occupied by other matters at the moment. As one of the officials helping coordinate efforts at Fort Amol, perhaps I could be of service? I am a noble and an advisor to the Jarl of Fort Amol. I have been charged with making sure that all of our esteemed guests are well cared for. I assume you are part of King Yoren's guard if you seek to speak with Commander Iarn? Ah, yes, Thod. Of course, he was just here, as a matter of fact. You just missed him. You weren't the one looking for him earlier by chance. Iarn mentioned someone looking into guard business. Not many folks care about Thod. Well, how about I help you instead? Iarn has been on edge of late. Perhaps the king's presence makes him nervous. Or it's all these foreigners. Who knows? But he has been acting strange. I'd keep an eye on him if I were you. You seem eager to help, so I'm giving you something to do. If I toss around false accusations or involve the king's guards, it might seem like Fort Amol can't deal with its own problems. Trail the commander. Determine if my fears are justified. Hide behind the rocks nearby and wait for Iarn. You wouldn't want him to know you were following him now, would you?
Took you long enough, Commander.
I thought I was being followed. We have to be smart about all this.
Don't insult my intelligence. I know we only get one chance at this. Besides, word from the inside is that things are going well.
Good, good. I took care of things on my end. I stuffed all of the duplicates in Marla's house. As long as no one goes snooping around in there, we'll be fine.
You just have to poke your nose into things that don't concern you, don't you? You can join the rest of the bodies in here. You're too late. You'll never stop, Vilgor.
I heard there's a crater in the middle of... I'm afraid you just missed Commander Eon. Again. He was in a hurry. He always seems to run when everyone else around here just saunters. Have you been drinking with Thane Yegi and the soldiers? What? All of this in Marla's house? You have to understand how strange this sounds. You're telling me that the commander I was just speaking to is actually dead? And there are others? Including 2 dead Marlas? After that story, I think I might be the one who needs a drink. Well, thanks for the information. I'll make sure to look into these accusations as soon as I can. But you're not going to give up on this, are you? Listen, let's say I believe you. Let's say there are Stormfist agents impersonating people in Fort Armel. Even if all of this is true, we can't start a panic. The leaders of the Pact are here, for kind's sake. No, I didn't say that. I just don't want you running around crying murder, especially with the Pact delegations here. Think of how fragile our alliance already is. You should speak to Lord Velop. Tell him what you told me. He's the Jarl's advisor. He has his hand in everything that happens around here. Tell him what you told me. Leave nothing out. Velop's smart. If what you say is true, and by Kain I hope it isn't, he'll know what to do, without causing a panic. You'll probably find Lord Velop in the inn. Like most Nords, he enjoys his mead. And I understand that nobles can get particularly thirsty when the king is in town. You have to look at this from my point of view. A stranger walks into town and makes outlandish claims about spies and imposters and murders. How do I know that you're not one of these Stormfist traitors trying to cause trouble? You certainly are insistent. I'll grant you that much. Look, I'll check the house as soon as I can. In the meantime, go talk to Lord Velop. Shaw's bones if there really are spies in Fort Armel. His lordship will know what to do. You'll probably find Lord Velop in the inn, like...
I want to hear something body.
Can I get anything to drink that isn't mead?
I make the finest ales throughout the frostwater tundra. These soldiers don't appreciate my music. They'd rather sing along to bawdy drinking songs. I wish I knew some.
Even officers need to relax every now and then. And an inn! The last place my troops camped was cold, hostile, and barren. And we ran out of mead. Do you see the Scald King? I'm here with me, myself, and mead. Lots of mead.
One soup. As long as it's delicious. That's all anyone ever needs.
Welcome to my wife's inn. Please, make yourself at home.
Have you seen all the pack soldiers? Fort Amal is crawling with them. And do you know what that means? My till is full. I hear things. Rumors about the Scald King. Talk of secret pact meetings. Tales of people not acting like themselves. It means the inn is full and profits are through the roof. That's what it means, friend. That's what it means.
So, was the hunt successful? Did you find out what nefariousness our good Commander Eon is up to? What? No, I never imagined. I think you better tell me what happened, friend. And start at the beginning. Lower your voice. This can't be. How could Fildgor's soldiers get into the fort without being noticed? Did you tell anyone else about this? I'll need to have a word with Loanor. The implications for the pact are horrifying. Dark elves and Nords have died. Finger-pointing will escalate into violence as soon as word gets out. Especially with Prince Ernskar's temper. Go to the Nord camp and speak with Thane Harvald. He's honorable and intelligent. I'm sure he'll want to keep this quiet. He also possesses common sense. If anyone knows how we should approach this problem, it's Thane Harvald. Go find Thane Harvald at the camp. If he has any sense, he'll help us without involving that whiny Prince Ernskar. I'll deal with Guard Cloanor to make sure she doesn't spread word of this to anyone.
My sturdy little assistant, where have you been? You adventurers are so impatient. Yeoman said he would send me more samples. Then I can perform additional tests on the metal.
I hope she stops by
All
the inn
these
soon.
fine Nord women, and you make puppy eyes at a haughty dark elf? That's a waste of time. They think we're savages.
But her dust-colored skin, her fierce eyes, her bossiness. She just makes me want to... Well, I like her.
So many new people to meet. So little time.
The lizards aren't so bad. Just the... But the Dark Elves are an arrogant bunch, the lot of them. Did you see that Dark Elf Naryu? She looks good in that dress. I hope she stops by the
All
inn
these
soon.
fine Nord women, and you make puppy eyes at a haughty Dark Elf? That's a waste of time. They think we're savages.
But her dust-colored skin, her fierce eyes, her bossiness. She just makes me want to... Well, I like her. Did you see that Dark Elf Naryu? She looks good in that dress. I hope she stops by the inn soon.
The Nord don't need the help of the weakling Argonians and the cowardly Dark Elves. We can win this war on our own.
Your Uncle Filgor has allied himself with the Stormfist clan and the Orcs, my prince. We need all the help we can get. You need to apologize to the delegates, and get them back to the table before this rift grows any wider.
Let the pact shatter and fall for all I care. We need no one but ourselves. You grow old and weak, Harvold, like my father. This conversation is over.
The prince in his hot temper. He decided to hold his own meeting, while the king and the pact ambassadors meet at the keep. He managed to insult both the Dark Elves and the Argonians with his posturing and boastfulness. Talk freely. Thane Oda is as trustworthy as I. But understand that I have enough trouble as it is, and I don't need any more bad news. I have my hands full trying to figure out how to calm the prince and get the packed delegates back to the meeting. And that's not what I wanted to hear. The prince will have to be told about this, of course. And the Argonian and Dark Elf delegates. They need to be able to protect themselves. I can't keep secrets from my prince, no matter how hot-headed he may be. I'll make him understand the seriousness of the situation. But I doubt the Argonians and Dark Elves will listen. They were very angry when they marched back to their camps. Perhaps, if you say that King Yoren sent you, they might not forgive the prince and return immediately, but they might listen to you. They need to know that we value the Pact and their companionship. Do whatever it takes to make them happy. What does he always do? He opened his mouth and let words fall out. He said many terrible things and drove them away. And all his father asked him to do was coordinate troop movements and battle plans while the Council of War was in session. Do whatever it takes to make the Argonians and Dark Elves happy. We need to get them back here before more people start dying. I won't allow the Prince's ignorance and ill-founded opinions to lead to the dissolution of the Pact.
Prince Ernskar must emulate the wolves and find his inner peace. If not, he may undo all of his father's hard work.
Why hold a summit in such a frigid place? You want our respect? Come to Mournhold and dine like real nobles. Don't send us on a damn camping trip. I have no issues with King Yoren, but his son is an imbecile. He believes that the Nords are superior to all. And he had the audacity to insult Our Lady Amalexia. Let's see how well the Nords do against the Stormfists without our help. Let me think. No, nothing comes to mind. The Dunmer are finished helping those who show no respect or gratitude. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm trying to stay warm. Feel free to talk to my servant Nariu if you need something more. Why hold a summit in such a frigid place?
Oh, whatever may I assist you with? Perhaps you need your pillow fluffed, or maybe you need me to cut up your food for you. Wait, I know you. From Deshawn. Don't say a word. No one must know who or what I am. Shh! No one needs to know that. Veron gave me my first solo contract. It's a special one. The target's around here somewhere, but I haven't pinpointed where just yet, so I'm in disguise. Not my first choice of garb, but it works. Geld is an idiot, and the prince is, well, he's a royal idiot. Bringing those two together might hurt more than help with any problems you have here. But since you asked so nicely, I can help. Might even get me closer to my goal. I can be rather convincing when I need to be, especially in this attire. The Jarl keeps some of his best wine locked away in the barracks. Snag a couple of bottles for me. Just be careful in there. The guards don't like visitors. While I hate to hide such good looks, you're going to need a disguise, a guard uniform. I saw one of those idiots splashing around in the river not too long ago. If he's still there, you might be able to borrow his armor. For a friend, anything. One of the guards hates cats. Earlier I saw a cat run into the building. The guard chased it for an hour. Bring a cat with you. Might prove useful. I saw a bunch of them following the Argonians around. Try over there. A little sneaking, a little destruction. Do what you need to in order to get that wine from the barracks. Just don't get caught.
Is this on straight?
The guild requests your help.
My eyes look red.
Oh, yes, no.
Comrade, a word.
I think I figured out why cats like us so much. It's because we are so beautiful, and we smell good. Excuse me, but who are you? And why is King Yoren requesting any help from us? The prince made it very clear that he thinks very little of my eggkin and I. Why we even bothered coming here is beyond me. The prince cares nothing for us. He refused to send any help to my kin in Darkwater Crossing. The trolls wander the town now, and only the Hiss knows what happened to my people. I offer the same thing to you as the prince offered to me. Nothing. King Yoren is a good man. Strong and wise. I hear he hates cats. He gave shelter to my people when they fled from the Stormfists and their orc allies. But that doesn't change the current situation. And Prince Ernskar is still a Gwarlicker. It's too late to help Darkwater, but not to reclaim our honor. A deal then. If you remove the head of the large troll we call Death in Winter and bring it to me, I will consider returning to Ernskar's meeting for the king. Bring back the head of the Alpha Troll to honor my people. Do what your prince's guards refuse to do. Then I'll consider speaking with the others again.
Not right now. I'm much too busy to talk.
What are you doing in here? Get out! Not another cat. I hate cats. They make me itch.
What in Kain's name was that?
This one is ready now. As mud is my mother, no troll shall pass.
Pain makes victim delirious. She falls in and out of consciousness. The troll bite is inflamed, and it begins to ooze.
Please, Stormy. There must be something you can do.
Stormy Eyes. He's special. We owe our lives to him 12 times over.
The Scald King. Bah! He gave us Darkwater Crossing, and what good did it do us? He probably knew the trolls were coming. Probably sent them our way. Sister of Wind was injured when the trolls attacked. She's still unconscious, and I'm worried about her. Stormy thinks he can save her, but he needs supplies that were left behind when we fled.
We fled Darkwater Crossing when the trolls attacked. If not for Stormy Eyes, we wouldn't have found this place.
We were sleeping. There was a rumble and some shouting. Next thing I know, Pols there grabs my arm and yells that we have to go. Those trolls. They almost got us.
I don't have a lot left, but I split my supplies with the rest of the camp.
Laughs has what you need to slick your crest or spin your tail. Too much to do and too little time. A stranger offers aid. You dare to put your own life in danger for the benefit of others? That sounds too good to be true. Well, I would be foolish to turn down help, wherever it comes from. I need certain materials to perform the ritual. Can you gather them for me? I need you to catch torch bugs. I need 5 pairs of wings. No more, no less. I also need the satchel for my home, the intact building, the one with a sturdy lock. The key should be in an urn near the house. I tossed it in there when I ran by. It will help me find my way through her dreams. I enter the dream stride and cure people from within. I've always had this gift. I try to use it for good, but things don't always work out the way you hope. I try not to think about those times. I need you to catch torch bugs. I need 5 pairs of wings. No more, no less. I also need the satchel for my home, the intact.
The king has been good to us, and we're grateful. We came here after the Aldmeri attacks on our land, and the king gave us Darkwater Crossing, even helped us rebuild it. I just wish he had provided soldiers to protect us, though.
has to be in here somewhere. It has to be! Who are you? What are you doing in here? Everyone was supposed to be gone. Just gathering my belongings. I had to leave so suddenly I missed a couple of necessities. Now get out of my house, won't you? I don't want you here. Figures you'd be working with the lizards. They always lure outsiders to their cause with false promises and sob stories. Those Argonians are killers. If you're working with them, you're no better than they are. What am I talking about? That Dreamwalker! He uses dark magic, magic he doesn't understand. How many innocents have to die because of his recklessness? That's just what he wants you to believe. And you're stupid enough to listen to his lies. It's a shame a troll didn't rip your heart out. It's what you and those killers deserve. Now get out of my way. I have what I came for. Take care of this nuisance. He's trying to help the lizards. You help those who let the innocent die? You're no better than they are. No! You can't beat me! How dare you help the Argonians? The filthy lizards. They killed my wife. She put her faith in the Dreamwalker. Put her life in his hands. My wife was ill. This Dreamwalker, he promised he could cure her by entering her dreams. She swore off practical medicines, said there were other ways. There were lies. I held her hand as her life slipped away. He killed her. I came here to make them suffer, all of them. To make them feel the pain as I did. I put blood around the village, lured the trolls here. I watched them destroy the place, and now, it seems I hold the life of another in my hands. Whoever the Dreamwalker is trying to save, he sent you for his reagents, didn't he? That's why you were in the house. That's why I was there too. To make sure he never stepped into another dream again. Let me go, and I'll tell you where to find them. I tried to destroy this monster after what he did to my wife, but it's out of my hands now. Let me go, and I'll tell you where I hid the reagents. Kill me, and you'll never find them. I put the reagents into a vase and threw it into the ruined building I ran by. Take them and get back to your Dreamwalker. Just know it won't work. She's dead, regardless of what you do. Just like my wife. Believe me, I told you what you wanted to know. You'll see. You'll see how the lizard fails. Just you wait. I know what I'm talking about.
Did you bring the items I requested? No time to talk about that now. I know exactly who you met, but please, I must try to save this one's life first. The present now, then we can discuss the past. Sister of Wind will recover. Breathing normal, body healing. Her dreams were tainted by the injuries. Always happy when I help another. Always remember the ones I couldn't save. One of many. Beautiful woman. Dark hair, pretty eyes, like the sea. Osmala came to me and begged for my help. I knew her chances weren't good, but I decided to try to save her anyway. Luckily, none of my people were lost, but poor Osmala. He acted out of grief, out of love for the woman he lost. I forgive him. They are safe. Trolls still roam the area, but they will get bored and wander off when the food runs out. Hopefully, they won't look in this cave. We are in your debt. My skills are yours, should you ever need them. If you ever need assistance, you need only to ask. I owe you the largest of favors, as do my people.
We fled Darkwater Crossing when the trolls attacked. If not for Stormy Eyes, we wouldn't have found this place.
Do whatever it takes to make the Argonians...
Why hold a summit in such a frigid place?
What are we drinking to?
Do you know what that sweat had me fetch while you were gone? Food from the other tent, as if walking 10 feet would kill him. I got the food, though. Added a special berry, too. His stomach will appreciate it. I knew I could count on you. Reliability is an admirable trait. This will taste good. Probably make taking orders from that barking dog over there a bit more tolerable. And it should be enough to get the job done. To get Gelds nice and comfortable. Then I'll convince him that what he just drank was poisoned. Lucky for him, I have the antidote. Of course. He'll do whatever I want to get it. And that should be very entertaining. Of course. How did you think I was going to convince him? Now, do me a favor and stay alert out there. I've seen enough shadows and sheepish grins to know that something isn't right in Fort Armor. But that's why I'm here now, isn't it? Oh, whatever may I assist you with? Perhaps you need your pillow fluffed, or maybe you need me to cut up your food for you. Wait, I know you. From Deshawn. Don't say a word. No one must know who or what I am.
The guild has need of you, comrade.
What's that smell? It's awful. My people came to Fort Amal from the west, but the town wasn't big enough to absorb them. They settled at Darkwater Crossing. Then the trolls came. You have done what that arrogant prince would not do. Thank you. Perhaps. That is for them to decide, but at least they have that choice. Like King Yoren, you demonstrate honor. I will return to the prince's meeting and hear what he has to say. You have earned that much. I think I figured out why cats like us so much. It's because we are so...
Is this on straight? Why hold a summit in such a
I heard that you've been hard at work. A powerful troll for the Argonians? Really? That's quite remarkable. And I spoke to Prince Ernskar. He agrees that he might have been a little arrogant. Especially when I told him what you discovered. Maybe now we can all get back to the business at hand, instead of just throwing insults at each other. With the Pact working together again, we should be able to sniff out Fildgor's spies easily enough. Now my only concern is for the king. He's surrounded himself with our strongest warriors, but the element of surprise gives Fildgor an advantage. After what you said the Stormfists have already accomplished, how can we trust anyone on the other side of the keep's gate? I know King Yoren requested privacy for this meeting with the ambassadors, but I can't just assume everything is all right. Actually, Lord Verlop suggested that you two take care of it. I need to keep the prince in line, and we don't want to tip our hand to the Stormfists. Besides, I know you can handle yourself. Get in there and secure the king. gates have been sealed since we arrived, but Lord Verlop should be able to open them. King Yoran was adamant that no one disturb the meeting. I imagine that whatever they are discussing in there, Fieldgore is definitely at the heart of it. King Yoran is guarded by a squad of soldiers he selected personally. I'm sure everything is fine. Still, we can't be too careful. But I don't want to embarrass the king needlessly. You and Lord Verlop can handle this. I have faith in you. The gates have been sealed since we arrived, but Lord Verlop should be able to open them. King Yoran was adamant that no one disturb the meeting. I imagine that whatever they are discussing in there, Fieldgore is definitely at the heart of it.
Prince Ernskar must emulate the wolves.
Comrade, a word.
That's strange. Where are the gods? Oh, that's right. They're dead. Just like you're about to be. You know, you were a real pain in my side. I sent you after Iarn and Marla, but somehow you survived. Then I sent you to sabotage the prince. But instead, you brought the pact together. Well, if you want something done, you just have to do it yourself.
Move or call out and lose your tongue. Simple,
Wait,
right?
Don't kill me. I can help you. Yoren's still alive. You need me.
No one likes a liar, Nord. No one. Let's talk, hero. Why did I ever let Veron convince me to come to Eastmarch?
Told you something bad was gonna happen. I didn't want you to walk into this trap alone, so I followed you. Good thing, too. I've been tracking a Breton illusionist by the name of Dalin for a while now. The villain created quite a stir by assassinating a few nobles in Mournhold recently. I discovered that he took a contract with Fieldgore and tracked him to this region. Not exactly, but I'd wager he's inside the keep. I'm not sure what we'll find in there, but you'll need to be quick. Dalin's already a step ahead of us. The man bought Verlop with a promise of gold. Who knows who else he's got on his side? I need to make sure our Alliance friends are playing nice with each other. Then I'll meet up with you. After I get out of this damn dress and into some proper clothing. How do women wear stuff like this all the time? Well, thanks. Maybe I could get used to wearing such finery when things aren't so dangerous. What am I saying? Get your ass in there and save King Yoren! When you get inside the courtyard, you're going to need to find a key to get into the Jarl's manor. Don't worry about me. I'll catch up with you soon enough. Just be careful in there, all right? Darlin is dangerous.
Advance!
Idiot! We're surrounded by the enemy!
The big bad storm fists are outside. Maybe we should go upstairs so I can protect you, all proper like.
People really frustrate me sometimes. Maybe we should go upstairs so I can protect you. Who even says that? He could have complimented my eyes, or my... Never mind. He's one of Dalin's thugs. No sign of the king, though. Not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Windows are wonderful things, my darling. No one ever remembers to lock them. I'm sure you've crawled into or out of more than a few windows over the course of your adventures. I found 2 doors in here, but they're both locked tight. I'm sure the king is behind one of those doors. We just need to figure out how to open them. I don't think you'll just find a key lying around, but you never know. I'll check down here. Take a look upstairs and see if you can find anything. Search around for any clues that might help us unlock those doors. I'll look around down here and make sure that none of Dolan's thugs get inside. Search around for any clues that might help. Get in there and make sure King Yorin and the others are safe.
So you have finally come to the aid of the king. Thank you for all your hard work here in Fort Amal. I can't say that Verloc was as useful as I hoped, but he served his purpose, right? I mean, just look at me. Stunning, am I not? A Breton leading the Nords. Who would have thought of it? For all intent and purposes, I am the real king now. Any who would challenge that are being dealt with. But I wanted to congratulate you. So many lives lost because of you. I'm envious. That poor guard Floanor, greedy Lord Verloc, the mind reels. Verloc did say that he would take care of her, didn't he? My poor Verloc was many things, but a liar wasn't one of them. Then there's that pretty little dark elf outside, the feisty one. She'll be a fun one to kill, and of course, King Euron. He's enjoying a gift from Fildgor, the king that saved his people from the Akaviri, killed by his own brother. Yet, no one will ever know. No, they will find the body of poor Dalin the Briton, defeated by their heroic king. Oh, that would be me. Well, yes, that's the entire point of why we're here. Now I must apologize. I have matters to attend to. You'll find that my guards now control the manor. You can try to stop us, but I doubt you'll have very much luck.
Now, kill!
Dalin said you were coming after us. Let's see how you handle two of the best warriors of the Stormfist Brigade.
Well done. Too little, too late, though. The false king is dead. Once you join him, Fildgor will rule this land.
I can't believe the Stormfists had the audacity to disrupt this proceeding and attack the Nord King. Their actions are so undignified.
King Yoren's breathing is shallow. The poison Dalin used, it's tainted. Daedric, I'm not sure what it's doing to this poor man, but I don't think he will survive. The illusionist fooled us all. His magic allowed the Stormfist to look like people we trusted. Something in the wine we shared, we think. One of them took the form of the king's servant. He poisoned the king's dinner. Fighting broke out as soon as King Yoren fell ill. We dragged him away from the meeting and locked ourselves in here. When the Stormfist broke in, I thought we were finished. If that woman hadn't shown up, we'd probably be dead right now. She never identified herself. When the Stormfist broke in, she just appeared out of nowhere and put 2 daggers in their backs. Then she told us help was coming, and she ran off. She wore a helmet, but I'm pretty sure she was a dark elf. We should be fine, and we're not helpless. We can protect the king. But please hurry just the same. I don't know how long he can resist the poison. We won't be caught off guard again. We'll protect the king.
Yoren can't die. The Pact won't hold together without him. May the Tribunal help us all.
I figured you'd be up here. Another contract completed by, well, you again. I wonder if the tongue is testing me or something. Still, a success is a success, right? I hope I didn't scare the ambassadors too badly. When you entered the safe room, I heard the ambassadors trying to be quiet upstairs. Next thing I know, Stormfist thugs are waving their axes around and attacking the manor. I was about to leave the same way I entered. Well, I couldn't let you have all the fun. Seriously, you have to understand. My organization used to be respected. Now we're hunted for what we were, what we represented. That has to change. I was talking about you, but I also figured more backup wouldn't hurt. Ernskar and his guards are downstairs. They rushed over as soon as the fighting started. But King Yoren, he didn't look so good. He's not going to make it, is he? Vildegor plays dirty. I wish I could help more, but I've already overstepped the limits of my contract. I need to get back to Mournhold. A new matter involving a rival group has become an issue. These people still need your help, hero. Always the hero, aren't you? I'm kidding. I'll find you again when I need your help. In fact, I'd like that. Now go. Save King Yoren. He needs you more than I do at the moment. You've never let me down, so don't start now. Save King Yoren, hero.
The moment the plague disappeared from the gorge, traders were selling their wares again. Amazing!
The Stormfists have been dealt with, and the duplicates rounded up. But whatever poison attacks the king grows worse with each passing hour. We can't help him without more information. The Argonians joked about one of their own during the feast. They called him the Dreamwalker. He watches over the dreams of the people of Darkwater Crossing. Yes, the same place where the trolls now run rampant. The spirits assure me that this Dreamwalker still lives. He is essential to saving King Yoren. Where he hides, that I don't know. Search Darkwater Crossing for some clue as to where the Argonians have gone. I am connected to the spirits of this world. Specifically, I have a bond with the spirit of the wolf. This bond has existed my entire life, even when I was a small child. When the spirits called to me, I left my home to seek them out. I found the Tunnian monks. A cult, some would call them, but they heard the spirits just as I did. They took me in, trained me to listen to the call of the wild, to hone my skills, to be one with nature. I was young, and I missed my family. My responsibility to my bloodline finally called me back to Windhelm. I left the people I grew to love in the middle of the night and never looked back. Now we must go to them to save our king. The Argonians joked about one of their own.
Where is my father? What did our so-called allies do to him? I'll kill every single Argonian and Dark Elf myself if my father's been harmed. Filgor might have driven the blade, but the Dark Elves and Argonians did nothing to protect my father. Now where is he? Tell me! Guards, go to the king at once. As for you, what's your involvement in all this? Why are you here?
Dealt with, and the duplicates rounded up. But whatever poison attacks the king grows worse with each passing... Now our enemies stoop so low as to ally themselves with Daedra. The poison will kill the king before we can get him to the healers in Windhelm. And no one here can cure a poison like this. We need to ask the Turnian monks for help. An old cult worship totem gods. Call them monks or witches as you will, but they wield strong healing magic. Their rituals are complex, and those who seek their help must bring their own ritual components. The poison weakens the king. We need a substance to bolster his life force. The Turnian monks also require a focus, an object or even a person. Something or someone that possesses a rare power can serve this function. The blood of a vampire gives strength and vitality, even to those on death's door. Whatever runs through their veins serves to enhance their life force. The tiniest amount should suffice to get the king through the ritual. His body is shutting down. This blood will work as a countering agent to the poison. It won't be enough to turn him, I don't think. Besides, we don't have many options available to us, do we? The hot springs to the north. Rumors suggest the place is haunted by the undead. Witchestada, they call it. Let's hope the rumors are true. Of course, you'll also need to get one of them to give you its blood. The poison weakens the king. We need a substance to bolster his life force. The Turnian monks also require a focus.
Where is my father? What did I...
Prince Ernskar must emulate the wolves.
If you ever need assistance, you need only to ask. Of course, a favor was promised, and a favor you shall receive. What do you ask of me? Poison? Poison is more dangerous than physical wounds. Some of these vile substances cause dreams to collapse. No matter, a promise is a promise. Where is the king? The Turnian monks? I have heard many things about them. Many interesting abilities are attributed to these monks. Now I'm eager to visit the Turnians. I'll meet you there. I will seek out these monks once I make sure everything here is all right. I will see you soon.
Did you hear that Bleak Rock was hit hard by the Daggerfall Covenant? I have family out that way. I hope they're safe.
Greetings, Walker. Rabamak has many spotless goods. You will come and look, yes? Greetings, Walker. Rabamak has many spotless goods. You will come and look, yes? Mother always said this one was a kitten-headed fool. Here, take everything. Just let this one go.